Serial killer could soon have his first day in court. The Multnomah County District Attorney's Office says 39-year-old Jesse Lee Calhoun was indicted last week for the murder of 3 women.
The 3 victims, Lynn Perry, Bridget Leanne Webster, and Joanna Speaks, were found dead over a 3-month period in remote parts of the Portland area. Calhoun, also a person of interest in the suspicious death of a 4th woman. Currently, he's in custody on parole violation charges at the Snake River Prison in Ontario, Oregon. The DA's office says Calhoun will be transferred to Multnomah County for arraignment. Emily Rowney, host of Murder in the Rain podcast and True Crime Tuesdays here on AM Extra, joins us now live to dig deeper into this case.
Yeah, Emily, thanks for taking the time to talk about this. Let's start with the timeline. Why did it take so long from these women being murdered to seeing this actual indictment of Jesse Lee Calhoun?
I think this is actually pretty quickly, if you ask me. I think the timeline went quickly. The public, however, wasn't really involved in it. They didn't get to hear a lot of the details, so it seems like we waited a long time. The bodies were discovered early last year within 3 months of each other. 6 different women's bodies were located, and then quickly they were able to connect them to this potential person of interest. But they were really heads down, keeping it under wraps, making sure that they had a tight case before they went to the grand jury.
Yeah, that was one of the things that, we heard from the families of a few of these victims on Friday, too. And they pointed out detectives have been working on this case behind the scenes, though it's been, maybe out of public discourse in recent months. What are some of the key takeaways from this case? Because initially there were questions over whether these deaths were connected.
Yeah, there were a lot of questions, and it was actually surprising for some to see that Joanna Speaks was one of the people that he is being connected to, because initially she wasn't. So in the beginning, 4 of the victims were potentially connected to him, and she was not named. So that was a very interesting fact that popped up. But now we're eagerly awaiting, because we know there are 2 women who their cases are still being investigated, that it's possible we're going to see additional charges added to him. So we're all on bated breath waiting to see if they are also connected.
Well, tell us a little bit more about the victims. Again, there are, in the current indictment, Jesse Lee Calhoun tied to 3 women, but there's a 4th suspicious death that he is a person of interest in. Tell us about these victims and their stories and how this connects to Calhoun at the moment.
Absolutely. So we know that he was recently connected to Charity Lynn Perry, Bridget Leanne Webster, and Joanna Speaks. But there are 2 additional victims that are still being investigated. So one is Kristen Smith from Gresham. Her remains were found. I think hers were the first remains that were found in February. She went missing on December 22nd of 2022, and her body was found in the Pleasant Valley neighborhood. And then there was also Bridget Webster from Milwaukee, and she was found on Harmony Road in Polk County on April 30th. So those are the cases that are being investigated, and I would not be surprised if we do see further indictment on their bodies or on their on those victims. But at the same time, there's a lot of question from the public. Is he the only person involved? If he is deemed guilty of this, were there other people that were involved with him? That is a big question that's come up from the public, from people close to the family. So I'm curious to see if we hear anything about that from the authorities. But right now, everyone's very much focused on him.
Emily, I'm curious, as someone who has followed, all of these murders from the very beginning, what else are you still most interested in learning from this investigation at this point? What other pieces of the puzzle maybe haven't yet come to light here?
I would love to hear more about the connection, and I know we are not going to be privy to that until it goes to trial, but I am curious to know how these women were connected. I know he dated at least one of them, so I'm wondering, did he date others? Were they friends? Were these people he just came across? But again, I am also curious if he is the only person involved.
It'll be interesting to continue to follow up on this. Obviously, a lot of eyeballs on this case in the future of Jesse Lee Calhoun. Emily, really appreciate your time and joining us live here this morning on KOIN News AM Extra.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. And you can find Murder in the Rain wherever you listen to those podcasts. Also, don't forget to tune in to True Crime Tuesday every Tuesday right here on AM Extra.
Well, this morning, more